Hey gorgeous souls, how are you today? Happy Monday. We've got a card pull for you. I am choosing the Wisdom of the Oracle deck today. This is actually my ultimate favorite. All of my clients know this is the card that I pull from as often as possible. Usually with card pulls, I can really have an intuitive read for each person. And with this deck, it's so fantastic, but I do rely heavily on this book because no one says it as well as Colette Baron Reed. So I highly recommend this deck if you guys are interested. And hi Liz, hi Andrea, sinking into today, bringing ourselves into our body to be fully present today. I know I didn't give you guys much of a heads up. I was gonna do this one at this time, but you can expect them on Mondays. And my goal is to do them at 10:30, but I'll announce them the best that I can. I feel like I just got off a really beautiful conversation with a family member, so I'm going to drop into my body and just really anchor in, again, to be present for you guys. And here we are. Great. Let's do a card pull. Hey, Megan and Sarah. Oh, thank you so much. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling alive. I took a lot of time this weekend to, while I'm shuffling these, a lot of time this weekend to sink in with my own truth and break down and deconstruct some just thoughts and limiting beliefs that I had in my space. And I did a post on my personal page today, and it was that our greatest transformation comes not from force, but from freedom. And how I just totally surrendered, and rather than like forcing ideas to come through or forcing this to happen or forcing and like leaning into the to-do list, which I love, and it makes me really productive, right? I get a lot of stuff done because I have a to-do list. But rather than being in that forceful space, choosing to be in that freedom and spending a lot of time with my daughter, because Presley's 5 and she's just an adventure. Everything about her is an adventure. And she really teaches me how to, she's my compass of how to have fun, how to access that freedom. So I feel good and alive today. And hello, Stacy and Carrie. So this is our group card today. The intention for this card is for anybody who is listening, overarching and overall. This one says out to sea. So let's see, I'll describe it. She has ironically, she has a compass at the front of her boat. It looks like she's looking at something, and she has goggles on the side, and she has these like, they're not spectacles. What do you call them? What is that? I don't know what that is. The little things that you look. So she's like, she has the opportunity to look for the past or to look forward and follow the compass. But either way, she's in this space. She's like in this waiting space. Thank you, Carrie says, you are glowing. I love it. I'm feeling good. I'm definitely doing some restructuring in a good way, which I'm very happy about. Again, going back to the force versus the flow. The force versus the flow state. And I think that we always need to realign and recalibrate to make sure that we are in that flow state rather than just like pushing and grinding and hustling and making sure all of it happens. So let's see what this card has to say for us. I'm not super familiar with it, out to sea. So reading from the book here, the essential meanings: being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. I love this so much. I totally opened up with this was my experience this weekend. Isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. Carrie says the flow is so important. Let's flow with the waves. Beautiful, Gianluca. I will definitely pull a card for you as well. And with this one, sitting with this, we're out to sea, right? And we can row and we can, try to use our sails to direct it, but really what does it look like for you to settle in with the waves? What does it look like for you to surrender to the waves, to the ebb and to the flow? And are we trying to force, or are we really sinking into what that means to play? And a little story is, Presky and I this weekend, I'm like, honey, what do you want to do? So I was a polar bear. We went to the park. We were unicorns. She was a puppy. Like she had those little unicorn horns, and I'm like, hey, do you want to play fetch? And I'd like throw them and she'd come back like a little puppy, and then it was my turn, and then I was a puppy, so I had to go fetch it. Like really fun, playful things like that. And I felt so free running on all fours, with a monster voice of like, I'm gonna get you, I'm not gonna do it here. That's like confidential information for my daughter and I when I'm like acting like a little or a giant polar bear mama who's going to chase her. But the moral of the story is like, that's going with the flow. That's like not trying to be perfect, not trying to be put together, tied together with a smile. It's just being. And I had a very wise friend of mine say, Ashley, you need to be more of who Ashley is rather than doing more of what Ashley does. And I was like, ooh, that's a genius. And Andrea says, yes, practicing non-attachment. That's really important. I was just talking to a client this morning about practicing non-attachment too. And part of going with the flow is not being worried or fearful about what's going to happen. What about instead of leaning into feeling fearful or worried about what is going to happen or what people will say or what their judgment is, instead we replace it with the belief in ourselves that we are capable of handling anything that comes our way. We are fully capable of navigating any shade that somebody may throw at us. We are fully capable of navigating that tough comment or the difficult situation, of letting go of that friendship or that relationship. We are capable. What if we chose to believe that instead? And that's an example of going with the flow and the ebb and flow of life. So for you guys, what I will read, if you are interested, this may resonate for you, is the relationship message and the prosperity message as well. These are always so good. I'll hold this card up for you guys again. So its relationship message is, there are points in a relationship when you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desire, to steer the ship? Can you both transcend your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now is the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads. How beautiful is that? Prosperity. This is always my favorite. You guys know there's an unlimited amount of abundance awaiting for you. Everything seems to work out when you stop scrambling and allow the sea of opportunities to wash over you and wake you up to your most prosperous potential. To get into that flow, you need to address your beliefs around abundance and around money. I love that. The true meaning of your personal currency lies in your skills, your talents, and abilities. Woo! Mic drop. Let's read that again. The true meaning of your personal currency lies in your skills, your talents, and your abilities. And most important, your core beliefs. Everything flows from your inner world and is reflected in the outer one. When grateful to serve, you align your prosperity consciousness with a higher consciousness. You can expect miracles. Everything you need will come to you easily. I hear you guys say, yes, that is so good. And this card is for you. If you are watching this and you are listening to this part in this video, this card is for you. What would it take for you to align with your prosperity consciousness? Where are the limiting beliefs around what is available to come with you? And I just did a little training in my mastermind group of gals with, oh, hey, Sophia. Hey, she's in here. She's in the mastermind. I just did a little training about money, right? And our relationship with money and our relationship with our value, and how a lot of my confidence comes from, if I notice that I'm like out of congruency with my pricing, then there's a limiting belief that's showing up there, right? So what would it take for me to realign? And if you guys have questions about this and you want to dive into it more, please comment below. Say #helpcoach. Ashley is totally here for you. Get into my DMs, because I would love to help you with that. And I feel like this is my superpower. And there's so many things that on a personal level, there's so many things that I can teach, so many things that I'm passionate about, and I love to constantly learn. But what I am the best at is clearing those abundance blocks. And I've done it for myself, and I want to be able to do that for you too. So if you're specifically struggling with that, please let me know, because I want to support you. Hey, Tasha's on here too. Sophia, she said, I literally just hopped on randomly. A sign. Perfect. Okay, so oh, perfect. Sophia said that Ashley really helped me with this. Yes, we have done the deep work. And it's interesting. It's sometimes like a light bulb will flip on or off in your head. And from being like, I'm not worthy. Why am I doing this? Is this even going to work? To saying, hell yeah, of course it's going to work. Of course this is what I'm thinking. Of course this is what's going to happen for me, right? Like it's like a switch, because abundance, we don't create abundance. It's all around us. What we have to do is clear the blocks to the abundance. And the abundance the blocks include our thinking, right? And our mindset around things. And as soon as we let go of that, we get to be free and receive. Beautiful. Gianluca, I think that you were the first one who said that you wanted a card. So I will pull that for you. Perfect. Okay. So this is for you. Also keep in mind, I pull these cards individually for you guys, but anyone who's listening, this is for you. Ooh, okay, top or bottom? Top. This one is for you. Yes. I always do a double check. Ooh, look at this beautiful card. Which one is this? Here and Now. So you can see, I'll show it to you guys. There is like a little fairy and she's on an egg, and there's a sign to the past and another sign that directs to the future, and it's really calling to be present in the here and now. And you know what? I actually did this post the other day, and it was like, what do you say we just put up the damn Christmas tree and call it a year, you know? And I agree with that. I'm sure that many of you guys will agree with that too. Oh my gosh, 2020 has been so crazy. So many things are showing up. And with that being said, I do absolutely recognize the fact that to honor the moment that we are in, rather than trying to get rid of it and move on to another year. It's one of those like funny, not funny things, you know? So what would it look like for us to tap into more and be present and to feel safe in the here and now? And that's the here and now in a meditation, in this point in time in history, in our relationships, the here and now in a difficult conversation that we may need to have, whatever that looks like. The essential meanings for this card. Blah, 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 blah. Scoot my chair over. Okay, the number is 32, if there's any symbolism that pops on there. The essential meaning is being fully present in the moment, living one day at a time. Everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. I'm going to pause right there because one of the things I've been thinking about is, so I did a training for another mastermind group that I was co-coaching for. And it was about, one of the ladies was a photographer. And we were talking about, you know, how could she align her business and with prosperity? How could she align her business and attracting more clients? One of the things was like, damn, it's 2020. It is the coronavirus. Like, let's be real. There are people who are dying. And as a photographer, she has this gift that she can offer her clients, which is capturing the moments in time right now in history. If you think about, the black and white pictures that you would see from the past, like 200 years from now, people are going to be looking at our pictures of what our life is like right now, today. And this photographer has that gift to be able to capture that. And what if we think about it that way? Like, we are witnessing profound moments in history. Think about like 20 years ago, we did not have iPhones. I think it was 20 years ago, whatever. We thought the Razr phone was so cool, and then the iPhone came out, and then now we have all of the upgrades that we do. You know, like, it is incredible, and it is so important to be present in this moment in time because it's so fleeting, it's so fast, and like, we're evolving so quickly. Let us soak it in, these juicy moments of the here and now. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. You know, I catch myself, let me know if this resonates with you. I get so busy and I'm doing the things and I'm like scheduling this person and that person. And so I'm like, hey, Ashley, do you want to hang out? And I'm like, yeah, I would love to. Sure, I'll hang out. But I've already worked 10 hours that day, and sure, I'll hang out for another hour. Like, by the way, this is something that's a little bit different, but I am committing to no longer putting myself in a situation where I will have to abandon myself that is inspired by Glennon Doyle. And I also choose to no longer put myself in any position where I will need to make an agreement based on guilt. And this is something I'm learning from Yana Robinson about how we make agreements to like hang out with people or to whatever based on guilt, which I thought was really interesting. We don't want to live in the now if we're doing those things. If we're like, oh, I'm hanging out with this person because I feel guilty. I'm attending this event because I don't want to feel guilty, right? Like, that does not honor our space and the here and the now, because we're living it for other people. So what if we see this moment as potential to create a miracle in your life? With that being said, and with that being our truth, we want to lean into what makes us feel good and what makes us feel energized. So with this relationship message, if this feels good for you in the here and the now, it's easy to yearn for a love affair or friendship you may not have right now. One that is more romantic, more fun, more reliable, more passionate. This could go for work too, right? For our careers. The good old days are gone and a new day has dawned. Let your heart trust that you have everything you need right now, whether you have the relationship you desire or not. Tomorrow is beyond your reach. Yesterday cannot return, and now is all that is available to you. Stay present and aware that in this moment, as you cherish and approve of your beautiful self, you are a magnet for love. Spirit is madly in love with you right now. Did you know that? Turn to spirit to feel the joy of love in the here and now. And read that other line again. Spirit is madly in love with you right now. Do you know that? Spirit is madly in love with you right now. Did you know that? How powerful and profound. The universe is always conspiring for your greatness. And so we don't have to worry about what's going to happen in the future. We have the permission, ability to forgive ourselves for what has happened from the past, to release and to let go. We no longer have to have chains in that. And we can choose right now to have that love affair with the universe, with our dreams and with our goals, but also allowing ourselves to be present right now, because every step we take in this moment is going to lead us to where we need to go next. And we can't go to the next place if we don't take the steps in the here and the now. Whew, I'm feeling this. How are you guys doing? Beautiful. Okay. Hey, Emma's on here. Emma and Carrie and Claire. Sophia says, unimportant, but we are so aligned today. I had the same dress used for the same used it for the first time yesterday. Ooh, I love it. And everyone is on here. Hey, hey, hey. Sophia says, preach. Yes, I am definitely feeling this card. And let's lean into the prosperity today too. It's funny, if you guys ever watch my trainings, I always have a mason jar. This looks like it's dirt, but it's actually a blueberry fizzy stick. It's not blueberry, it's blackberry or something. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was dirt, because I'm all about the organic. So prosperity message for this card. What you are working on is golden. Ooh, Gianluca, this card is for you. So I'm feeling this today. What you are working on is golden. Tasha, this is for you too. Oh my gosh, Claire, this one is for you too. Everybody listen up. Sophia, this is for you. What you are working on is golden, and your efforts will leave a powerful legacy. Close your eyes and think that in. I feel tears coming up when I say that. What you are working on is golden. This is for you too, Vicky. And your efforts will leave a powerful legacy. That is why we are here in this moment. 2020 is a complete shit show of radical change and shaking up life and everything as we know it, like a giant snow globe. You are in this life at this moment in time so you can change history, to leave a legacy. I do believe that's why we are here, and that's why it's so important to be in the here and now and recognize what shifts can we make, what changes can we make, what part of the revolution can we make, how can we dig even deeper into our purpose so we can create and cultivate change for years and years and years and years to come. What you are working on is golden. What you feel in your heart, that is golden. And your efforts will leave a powerful legacy. But we will not be able to step into that powerful legacy if we choose to let limiting beliefs or fear or anxiety or stress or those denser emotions that end up being an illusion. If we allow them to get in our way, we need to be unavailable for that, because what you have is golden. And your purpose here is meant to leave a powerful legacy. Focus not on meeting a goal in the far off future, but on creating your dream right now, releasing your desire for an outcome and owning it, that it already exists. Who was I talking about this in a future timeline? I was talking with my clients recently about don't even worry about it. Who was it? I know when you guys are on here. I was saying the future version of you has already made the program. The future version of you has already accomplished whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. Ask her, your future self. Ask him, your future self. What would he do? What would she do? What has she done to get to where you are? You don't even have to worry about it. It will appear in the material world as if by magic. Claim your prosperity now. The essence is more important than the form. Ooh, the essence is more important than the form. When you are immersed in prosperous thoughts, you automatically tune into a sense of timelessness and unlimited potential. You can act as if, in spite of temporary outer conditions. You are prosperous in this moment. What you think now becomes your reality. Stay present. What you think now becomes your reality. Stay present. I feel like I need all of you guys in a big room. I know, Tasha says, holy smokes, I need all of you guys in a big room right now where we can just hold hands and we can shout that. What you think now becomes your reality. Stay present. I think this is I know this is so incredibly important, because every micro decision that we make accumulates and adds to a micro or a macro result, a macro manifestation into our space. Stay in the present. Oh my gosh, that feels so good. I have no idea what time it is because my phone doesn't tell me, and I do have a client at 12. So I'm going to pull one more card and hope that we make it in time. But I am feeling so on fire from that. How are you guys? Tasha says, holy smokes. I love that. Gianluca says, I am feeling it today. Okay, I saw somebody who wanted a card on here. Divorce the old story. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to pull another card. I saw somebody in here who wanted it. And was that you? We are abundant. I would love a card too. Oh, it was Sarah. Sarah, that's what I read. I just skipped over it. Okay, this is for you. Sweet. Oh, by the way, Sarah, I hope that you're still on here. Can you give me a hey, hey if you are? Sarah saved my life. I would not be here if it wasn't for Sarah. Let me know if you're still on here, sister, because this one truly, she did. My heart stopped at a marathon that I was running. It was a half marathon, whatever, but I did my best, and I didn't make it to the finish line. I literally collapsed, and she was on the team who resuscitated me and gave me CPR, and I am here today because of her and her team. So thank you, Sarah, and this card is for you. Okay, so I'm going to read both because if you pull a card upside down, then it usually is a protection message, and that is how I pulled it, and so we're going to read that. But this one is the Fates, and it looks like there's this beautiful girl with flowers in her hair, and she is pulling from the stars, from above and below. What did I do with my book? There it goes. Okay, and this is number 17. So because I pulled it upside down, I'm going to read the protection message first. Let me just come here. Oh my gosh, I still feel so good from that last little reading. Thanks for sticking with me, you guys. Perfect. So the protection message. The essential meaning is fate, karma, acceptance, and there are things you cannot change and permission to know that some things are. Okay, the protection message. It is difficult to understand why painful things happen to good people. Fate is a mystery after all. Yet what we do with our circumstances, the way in which we respond to life's challenges is how we rise up to greet our destiny. Now is one of those times to be aware of your powerlessness to change certain situations and surrender to acceptance. Hang in there, life will only get better. Act as if you believe that, for the only thing you can control right now is your attitude. Stay present. When you align with the fates, being mindful of what you can and cannot change, serenity will come to you. And this is a really powerful and vulnerable card because this is the surrendering of the fates. And there's so many things. I thought about it too. You guys, sex trafficking is something that I do have past life experience with. And I understand a lot of it today because of that. And I'm incredibly passionate about it. And it destroys me to think, sometimes it happens like when I'm having a good time, I think about it in my head and I psychically I'll pick up on somebody is being abused, somebody is being raped. I see it, and it's a psychic ability. It's also a little bit of worry that I have being a woman, but also having a young child. And I could be riddled with worry. We can be so stressed out about who's going to die, what's happening around the world, what about this, what about that, and we can be completely like this wet towel of anxiety and stress and depression just like soaking us to the bone. Or we can align with the fates and say the best I can do is the best I can do. Holy God, Creator, Source, please guide me, align me with the truth in my next steps of what I can do to support whatever causes are going to clear this up, whatever, anything. What are my next steps? I don't know. Please guide me. Please make it so undeniably clear in my mind that I know confidently what that next step is for me. Marianne Williamson, in her book, A Return to Love, she talks about people who get the most stressed out and the most upset because all the things that are going on in the world, those people who are most riddled with the deep guilt or whatever that is because they're actually not taking any action. When we do take action, we decide to join a task force, we decide to donate to a cause or a charity, we decide to go to the event, whatever it is, we align with the fates and we do our best. And so what I'm hearing with this card is act as if, hang in there, life will only get better. Act as if you believe that. And the only thing you can control right now is your attitude. And I will say that is absolutely true. And we can do our best in any given situation and align with our guides and our angels. How can we best support and be supported by divine intervention and divine clarity and divine direction, so we know what those next steps are. So when you do align with the fates, being mindful of what you can and cannot change, serenity will come with you. So sometimes I can't catch all of the people who are sex traffickers. I can't, but I can do my best to participate in the causes and the people. That's something that's so raw for me, you guys. It's like an exposed nerve. Yes, so that is that. So whatever it is that you are going through, my sweet friend, this one is for you, to align with the fates and know that everything is working out in exact and perfect timing. And if it doesn't make sense right now, it's because there's more to be revealed. There's more to be revealed. And that is our truth. And the worst things that have happened to me with being taken away by social services and shitty, painful things. It always has made me stronger, more clear in my mission, in my purpose. And this is why I do what I do today, is because of the brokenness that I've experienced on my journey on the way here. And so, again, that is for you. All right, I got to hop on my client call. I don't know what time it is. But I will see you guys all so very soon. I do have a Wisdom Drop Wednesday training on Wednesday, so I will see you guys there. I believe it's at 10:30 or 11. I will announce it in the group, and we're going to be talking about agreements with ourselves and agreements with others. I did not realize the potency of this until I had a very wise woman, Yana Robinson, bring this up in a training that I witnessed, and how and how important. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Sophia. Oh my gosh, you're amazing. She's like, it's 11:46. But how important it is to keep agreements with ourselves. And how many times do we abandon ourselves? Do we betray ourselves by not keeping our own agreements? And then also, what does that look like when we do that for other people? And how can we elevate and upgrade as we keep these agreements? So that will be our training on Wednesday. I look forward to seeing all of you guys. Thank you so much for spending quality time with me on this Monday. And I will see you on Wednesday. Bye, guys.